Hey y'all, I wanted to give everybody an update on what I went through with my traumatic brain injury and where I'm at now, and to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody. So, as many of you know, exactly 1 month ago, so January 21st, I went to get pizza. It was a Friday night. My fiance and I went to get pizza for dinner, and we live in Ventura, California, so we decided to take our bikes because it's a bike friendly city, so we decided to ride our bikes. So we got there, had a nice time, then we were riding our bikes back home, and we were going downhill, and there were some homeless items in the bike lane, including shoes. And so what happened was I hit the shoes directly. They got caught in my wheel. They flipped under, got stuck against the bike frame, and that's what slowed the bike way down. It's basically like putting on the brakes, and I went flying over the handlebars. Unfortunately, face first. I was wearing a helmet, so this part of my head was protected, but I went face first into the pavement. So I was knocked unconscious. The ambulance was called, 911 was called. I was taken to the hospital, and they realized that my brain was swelling. So at this time, for the first couple days, I unfortunately, for the first bit, I was unfortunately close to death because my brain was swelling so much. So the doctors were talking about potentially drilling into my skull or cutting through my eye, and doing like eye surgery to be able to relieve the pressure of my brain, because it was swelling so badly. Thankfully, they treated me with sodium. Love salt. And I guess the sodium treatment did reduce the swelling, so I didn't have to undergo brain surgery where they drilled through my skull, or eye surgery. So that was all good. And I spent the first week at Ventura County Medical Center, where was kind of like the roughest patch of mine. So like I have no memory of being there. I guess I was kind of silly personality wise, a bit childlike, I guess. And now I almost wonder if that was my sort of way of emotionally protecting myself. So I was verbal. I could talk, but I guess I was a little silly. So and I still have no memory of being there. They told my family, my fiance, that I had a traumatic brain injury and I needed to go to a rehab hospital to get therapy. So I was able to get into Casa Colina thanks to my future mother-in-law, who got me in. And Casa Colina is really where I made the biggest strides in recovery. So I had therapy 3 times a day. I had speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy 3 times a day. I was seen by the doctors daily, and I was there for 3 weeks. Mostly in February, so basically the first 3 weeks of February. So went through therapy and made big strides of improvement, which was awesome. I was able to stand up. I was able to walk. And all of that was a big deal because before that, I basically needed someone to like be holding on to me in order to stand up and walk. And even at Casa Colina, at the beginning, I always had to have someone with me, like a nurse with me, if I stood up. So I was in a wheelchair or in a hospital bed, 24/7, unless I had a nurse with me. So I couldn't like shower by myself. Or use the bathroom by myself. So, but I did make enough improvements where I was able to do those things. I was able to stand up and not be wobbly. I was able to be steady on my feet. So I was given permission to shower by myself, to use the bathroom by myself, and so that all gave me, more confidence in my therapy to keep making improvements, and recover. So. And my therapists were all awesome. This place was great. The doctors were great. The therapists were great. They were all big advocates of mine. So I had a great experience there. And they even discharged me a few days early. Today was supposed to be my discharge date. It's Monday, February 21st, exactly 1 month after my accident, and I was supposed to be discharged today, but since I was doing so well, the therapists all advocated that I was discharged early, so I was discharged last Friday. So I was discharged on the 18th, which was awesome. I was able to go home because that was something I missed. I just missed being in my own bed, having my own stuff, my own clothes, bathroom stuff, all that kind of thing, your own routine, all of that. I definitely missed being at home. So I'm very thankful that I was able to get out, even basically one business day, but didn't have to spend the weekend at the hospital. So thankfully I am discharged now. One of the things the therapists and the doctors at Casa Colina said that I needed to definitely do is keep going. So do outpatient therapy to keep up with my recovery, and then I need to see a specialist. So as you can see, my right eye cannot open by itself. So as part of my traumatic brain injury, my cranial nerve 3 was damaged, which controls the eyelid. It controls movement so I can see through out my eye, which is good. So I still have my vision, my eye still works. But if you guys notice that, it kind of goes in a different direction. it's a little off. So cranial nerve 3 controls your eyelid. It controls the movement of your eye, and then it controls your dilation and contraction of your pupils. So my eye is stuck very dilated, and it can't really go back and forth. And then obviously my eyelid cannot open by itself. So my vision is obviously greatly reduced. And then it's one of the things that kind of makes me a little bit wobbly. So like in physical therapy, one of my biggest challenges is being on one leg and having all my balance on one side. Even my right hand is a little bit slower than my left. I am left-handed, so that's great that my left side's totally normal, but my right side got a little bit messed up from I think from the brain injury. I don't think I had a lot of road rash and scarring. As you can see, my hand is still kind of discolored. I had like road rash really bad on my arms. So they were pretty beat up, but all good now. No open wounds. Everything's closed. There's just some very minor scarring that I might continue to have, or it might heal. So that's good. But what they all recommended is what my doctors recommended from my rehab hospital is I need to see a neurooptometrist who specializes in this type of injury, so that I can find out if I'll be able to open my eye again, if this is permanent, or if they can tell that it'll open again with therapy, or if I'm a candidate for surgery, if maybe there's a surgery that would trigger the nerve again to get control back of my eye and my eyelid, would be awesome. So this is still what's making the biggest kind of difference in my recovery, just because I can't see. It makes me a little bit wobbly when I'm standing up and doing different things, but physical therapy has definitely gone a long way. In physical therapy, I do a lot of like one-legged things so that I can get some of that balance back and my coordination back. So all my therapists were awesome, and they recommended that I definitely need to keep up with therapy, so do outpatient therapy and then see a specialist specifically about cranial nerve 3 and what my options are for my eye. So that's where I'm at, and my eye still works, still tearing up. And I wanted to also, just say thank you to everybody who's reached out, sent me cards, flowers. I was able to decorate the room I had at my rehab hospital. I was able to decorate with flowers and pictures and cards. So thank you to if you sent me anything. I used it in my hospital, and it made a big difference and put a smile on my face every day. Girl Scout cookies. Thank you. It just made a huge difference. All the support that I received, it was extremely moving. So thank you. I know that I had a lot of friends and family specifically help my family because of everything they went through, especially my parents. My mom flew out the weekend of my injury. She flew out that weekend. She's about to come visit again, which is amazing. But just everything that they've gone through is, is super hard, and it's a crazy thing. This is, unfortunately, the closest to death I've ever been, and it's it's a brain injury. It's pretty crazy. So, and what my family went through, is awful. I can only imagine, and how much support I've received is truly just mind blowing. So, and I had several aunts specifically rally to our side to support my family to get my mom out here, whether it's just rides or whatever. My mom also takes care of her parents in San Antonio, Texas. So I had an aunt fly from California to Texas to step in and help with her parents so that my mom could come here and visit. My future in-laws, my fiance's family, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for all your support. I feel lucky to be able to to have you guys become my in-laws later this year. So thank you. And then my sister actually started a GoFundMe campaign, which many of you donated to, and she started that pretty early in my injury, and that was specifically for medical costs because hospital bills are crazy, treatment's crazy, and you kind of just you never quite know what's going to be covered by insurance or not. So she started a GoFundMe campaign, and that will be used for my ongoing my upcoming outpatient rehab as well as a specialist for this eye to see what my options are. So thank you so much if you donated to that. That's so generous, and I really appreciate it. You're the reason I can keep having medical care. So thank you. If I'm able to open this eye again and recover more fully, it'll be because of you. So thank you so much. The support that my people have received has just been incredible. My fiance, I know so many of his friends and family and even colleagues have stepped in to help him, help us. So thank you. I also have the most amazing fiance, and I feel very lucky to be able to marry him. He's been a huge advocate of mine through all this and getting me, the best care possible and getting answers on things, whether it's insurance related, disability related, all kinds of things, getting answers from the doctors on things. He's been the one to really push. So, love him very much. I'm very lucky. So anyway, now it's time for outpatient therapy, which I'm excited about because I got kind of used to it. I had therapy several times a day before, and so I got used to it, and so I kind of almost miss it, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to having more therapy and seeing doctors and getting more answers and recovering more fully. So that's the good news. And so so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody and give you guys an update on what happened to me. First of all, because I know people know most people know it was a bike accident, but it was it was kind of a crazy bike accident because we were being safe, we were wearing helmets, we were kind of just doing we weren't being wild at all. I was in the bike lane. I hit shoes. And then just letting you guys know that I was able to recover well in my rehab hospital, and then now it's time to finish up to keep doing therapy and seeing a specialist, because the crazy thing about TBIs is the recovery takes months. That's what everyone's told me, is recovery for TBIs takes months and months and months, if not years, but definitely several months. So I still have plenty of recovery to do and plenty of healing to do. So hopefully, I'm sure I'll keep recovering, and fingers crossed I get good news about my eye, because that would be amazing. So that's just kind of what I'm hoping happens, is I'm able to open my eye again and have fun, full full control of my eyes, my eyelid, the movement, that it dilates and contracts correctly, that all of that works again would be amazing, because then I feel like at that point I will be able to fully recover from this, because brain injuries are crazy. I certainly am so grateful and feel super lucky that it wasn't worse, because I could have easily been in a coma for months, is common with TBIs. I could have been paralyzed. I could have just had significant brain damage, which I don't have. So my cognitive abilities and sort of my brain functioning was actually like the first thing to come back and to return and to make a good recovery. So I'm super grateful for that, because and I do feel like myself on the inside, which is super nice. So again, thank you guys so much, and I'll keep you posted. Hopefully my eye will open again, and if so, I will let y'all know for sure. So thank you so much to everyone who's reached out, who's cared, who's sent words of positivity or encouragement or love, who sent cards, who's donated to the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. Like I said, you're the reason that I'm able to continue recovery, and hopefully someday make a full recovery. That'll be my goal for the rest of this year, is to keep recovering, so that I can get back to normal, because that's kind of my goal. Is it'd be great to just get back to normal life. So thank you so much, and thank you to my friends and family. I love you guys so much, and everyone who's been supportive of me, my fiance, his family, my parents, and my family. Just everyone who's managed this and dealt with it. I'm not supposed to, my therapist told me I'm not supposed to feel guilty, but I do feel a little bit of guilt over what I put everybody through. So I'm sorry. I love you. I will hopefully make, I will definitely continue to recover, and hopefully I'll make a full recovery someday. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.